to imagine this not being a fun game to watch. It's the Bengals going up against the Jaguars. The opening kick is straight ahead, so it's time to turn it over to my colleagues, Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis with the call. Gentlemen.
Larry, first opened in 1995. There's a look inside Everbank Field here in the River City of Jacksonville, Florida. Today, it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Guyton. Charles, you look at this Jaguar team. They come in on a pretty good roll here, winners of 3 straight. Meanwhile, for the Bengals here, we're in October now, so everybody should be coming into form, shouldn't they?
They really should, and what you have now is a full routine established about what you want to get done and full focus on the season.
A pair of 3-0 teams set to lock horns for the right to remain unbeaten, and we're off in week 4. This one taken from the 7. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The lone running back. He'll get the football here. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line. Sean Williams that time in on the stop. And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here.
Green 39. Green 39.
On second down, here's Bortles. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. So the offense has it 1st and 10.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Now a play fake. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Geno Atkins coming up the middle, gets him there for a loss of about 9. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? The quarterback gets hit.
On second down, here's Yeldon. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
All right, partner, let's go back over the last couple of plays. Sack, loss of yards on a running play. Not exactly the sequence that an offensive coordinator gets comfortable with when calling plays.
They go play action for Yeldon. Now it's Bortles. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. Bortles was accident-prone last year, led the league with 18 picks and an early pick here.
And you know he spent a lot of time in the offseason working on this, thinking about it. It's not that he's not going to throw any. They just hope that that number gets cut down significantly.
To throw here, Dalton. Complete to the right side. It's Eifert. Give him 22 on that one. And the Bengals are going to have a 1st down.
There's a completion to the tight end, and I think that we're looking at something out of central casting, frankly.
Absolutely. I mean, size, the hands.
Speed. I mean, can flat out run. You put that whole package together, you light up the eyes of an offensive coordinator, don't you?
His big tight end, Tyler Eifert, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down.
Just looking at it from a defensive perspective, when you break the huddle in the red zone, tight end is one of the guys you've got to key on because quarterbacks want the ball in their hands fast in this position, and they want to get it to someone. And in this case, he had the play. They just didn't complete it.
Uses the stiff arm, and he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal.
When you've got a big guy like that in your backfield who runs as a big man and breaks tackles, it is paramount for a defense to have extra defenders in his vicinity at all times. Because you got to figure he's going to break through the first guy. You're going to need tacklers 2, 3, 4 in order to get him down. Because if you don't, he can continue to run and run it really, really well. That almost felt like the defense said, he is not getting in. What a play.
Not only stopping him at the line, but pushing. Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Guyton, and it's the Bengals with the football to begin quarter number 2. And they'll come up looking to keep this drive moving. They'll run it with Hill. And I think they stopped him again. They did at the 1-yard line. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
Got to give a lot of credit to the defensive front there. They held their ground, pretty much stoned them on that play, and ended up creating a lost yardage play.
Yeah, drop them from the 1 back to the 2. They'll try to run it. It's Hill. And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. Jeremy Hill, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals are in for 6. Able to punch it in on 3rd down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating what we have to make the call. They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
A drive that time of 6 plays. And it ends with a Jeremy Hill touchdown run. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities. When the defensive line controls the offensive front the way we just saw there, it doesn't allow any of the offensive linemen to leak downfield and get to the linebackers and block them on the 2nd level.
And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. But it looked like a Jaguar was able to cover this thing, and so Jacksonville will keep control. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. A reminder that coming up at halftime, we'll join Larry Ridley in Orlando. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half of play. So we look forward to that.
And I'm looking forward to some air conditioning.
I bet you are. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. From midfield, here's Bortles. And that is incomplete. T.J. Yeldon, the one he was looking for. And it's 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Brad Nortman on to punt it away.
Well, I have to say that was a surprise call on 3rd and inches. I thought they'd try and run the football there, but you got to believe they thought they'd surprise the defense and pick up something downfield. But that one goes incomplete.
Now this is fielded in the end zone. He won't go down. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And out now, here come the Bengals. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have...
There goes Jeremy Hill. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Jeremy Hill with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Bengals strike quickly here for 6 points. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And it'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And last time out, they had to punt the football away. Anything positive possibly to take from that?
There always is when you're punting the football away. It doesn't sound like it because you're giving it up. But You've avoided a mistake.
At least you didn't turn it over.
You didn't turn it over, right? You're giving your defense a chance because you're punting the ball away, and they're set to go on the field as opposed to sudden change after a turnover. Wow, now we've got to go out there and stop people. So, yeah, there's always something positive to be gained from it.
And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. Bortles again here on 2nd and 10. Catch here, left side, Thomas. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Green 90.
Throwing his Bortles on 3rd down. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Call it a gain of 3. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Here's Brad Nordman now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And now a high kick here as they'll try to cover this one. Well, pretty woeful there. Just 23 yards on the punt. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Bengal offense now gets set to head back out onto the field. And they hit the home run last drive. 1 play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
Again, it's Hill. And some space here. And a cut to the sideline. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Jeremy Hill as the first half is winding down. And the Bengals add on to their lead.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. It only took them 2 plays there to find the end zone. The last one, the long run, getting them in for 6 points. After the touchdown, here's Mike Nugent now to kick this one away. Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40.
Here we go now. Blue 45. Blue 45.
Bortles now on 1st down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So as they take it over, we step aside.
Here we go now. Green 90. Green 90.
A final shot before half for Bortles. He's going to float this one deep right side. And incomplete on the deep ball. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you a couple hours south to Orlando, let's check in with Larry Ridley for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Thanks, Brandon. I'm Larry Ridley, and welcome to our EA Halftime Report. The Jaguars haven't played their best football and trail because of it. The Bengals have looked good on the road and will just try to keep the ball rolling in the second half. All right, let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first half. 3rd and long. Here the defense will come up with the pick. Jackson's is the one who makes the pick, halting the offense's drive. Now following the pick, Hill's going to stay between the tackles, and he'll go in for the score. They strike first in the half. Bengals on offense midway through the second. Hill's stiff arm attempt works perfectly, and he'll take this 75 yards for the score. The Bengals up now by 14. Now to late in the first half, Hill's got great blocking here. Hill scores 3rd touchdown of the half.
All right, Larry, indeed a one-sided affair to this point as we get set for half 2. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The Bengal offense now with the football first here to begin quarter number 3. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. One receiver left, 2 to the right. A first down throw coming for Dalton. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Brandon LaFell, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals are able to grow their lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Now the return, Rashad Green. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. On second down, here's Bortles. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there, because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag. Because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
He's got some space. Now a play fake here on first down. And his throw is incomplete. 10 yards still left on second down.
Here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
They go play action for Yeldon. Now it's Bortles. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down. So incomplete on second down. Now they'll look to convert here on third.
Here we go now. Blue 45. Blue 45.
Bortles to throw once more. Escapes the sack. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Geno Atkins in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a fourth down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Here's Brad Nordman now as he's on to punt for Jacksonville. He's going to field this at the 4. Oh, nice spin.
Oh, that brought back bad memories.
Oh, shifty.
Whoa.
Might have been one man away from 6 points. As it stands, it's a huge return. And the Bengals will take over in terrific field position. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. One receiver left, 2 to the right. 1st and 10 for Dalton. And that is incomplete here. He was trying to get it into LaFell, and that'll bring up second down.
Sometimes you just have to take things into your own hands, don't you? I mean, the offense is really struggling in this game. They're the ones keeping things going. They have to continue to play at that level.
And on 2nd and 10 now. They send Green to the left on his own. Passing again. Dalton on 2nd and 10. That is caught at the 7-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
They'll come up now in the Wildcat package. Now a direct snap back to Hill. And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. Jeremy Hill taking it in from 4 yards out. And that rushing touchdown, his 4th, puts him just 1 shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it. But he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. After the touchdown, here's Mike Nugent now to kick this one away. Green to bring it back. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line.
Here we go now. Green, 39.
They'll start out on the ground. It's T.J. Yeldon. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA. Back now in Jacksonville. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair.
Here we go now. Green, 39.
Bortles to throw on 2nd down. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and give him some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
Looking for Hearns, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Ray Malaluga. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Hill. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Now they had the box stacked. That run was going nowhere from the start.
And when you say stacked, you really mean it, don't you? Because when you're talking about a 46 defense, commonly known as the Bear defense, you're covering up the guys inside, and you're allowing other people to get in there close to the line of scrimmage, usually an 8-man front. That's difficult to block for an offense. On that play, the defense won in a big way. No gain at all.
Will the defense dial up the pressure? Let's see. 3rd and 11. Dalton to Hill on the draw. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up the 4th down.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
They'll try to pass on 4th down. Dalton fighting through. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. Out comes the Jaguar offense now as they get set to take over. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window? And he is going to be hit and taken down. Bortles sacked. Carlos Dunlap in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now Bortles. And that's off the mark, incomplete. Incomplete pass on second down. Let's see what the offense draws up here on third.
Here we go. Blue 45.
On third and long, it's Bortles. They've got his man complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. They chalk that one up as a gain of 34 on third down. On first down, Bortles. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. The wise move there, looked like nobody open, now second down. So the incomplete pass brings up second down. They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be out.
The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Carlos Dunlap in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon.
Partner, I know the ball security is preached like crazy, but every now and then you've got to know when to get rid of the football and save a little bit of yardage if you're a quarterback.
Because now if you're the offensive coordinator, what does it do if it was 3rd and 10 versus 3rd and much longer as it is now?
Yeah, it changes everything in terms of play calling and the pressure you might expect to face on the very next down. Had to throw the ball away and save the yardage. He didn't get it done.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Now Bortles, got to have this one. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Facing this 4th quarter deficit, felt like they had to throw the ball, and on the other side, they were ready.
No doubt about it. They're playing situational football. They look at the clock, they know the lead that they have, and all they're doing is playing pass on every down.
Playing the pass, picking it off, and now big time in the driver's seat. And he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Oh, passing it. Dalton. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
I'm going to show my age here a little bit. We used to talk about running backs catching the ball as safety valves. Nowadays, they're a big part of the passing offense.
Quit acting like you're so old. You're only 65. He's going to wind up and air it out. He's got a man complete. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. Extra point coming now for Nugent. Oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. And they don't get it. They tried for the 2-point conversion there, but unsuccessful. They've got this big lead. They said, forget 1. We want 2. Instead, they got 0.
Unbelievable they didn't even attempt it from the 15-yard line. What are they thinking? I do know this. When you fake one in this situation with that type of a lead, especially from the 15-yard line, oh, boy. I tell you what, meeting them again somewhere down the line, They'll remember this. Yeah, they'll think that they were trying to clown them a little bit.
Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here. They are down big. They have not scored a single point. I don't know. Are they so defeated at this point you just want to get in the locker room, get the heck out of here?
That is one way to approach it. Sometimes coaches say, that's it, okay? It hasn't worked all game. There's no sense in doing something now. Let's get out of here. No one gets hurt. But others will look at it and say, we still have an opportunity to do something.
On the line.
Exactly. You have pride on the line, execution as you look forward and get ready.
And he is going to be hit and taken down. Bortles sacked. Michael Johnson in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. And now the Bengals are going to call another timeout. And now following that timeout, the defense back out onto the field. And barring something unforeseen, this will be the last play of the game.
Here we go. Blue 45. Blue 45.
One final try now for Bortles. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Darqueze Dennard. And that will write a finish to this ball game. The storyline in this one, Charles, no doubt the number 0. Zilch, nada. A shutout so hard to do in the NFL.
It really is, and what an accomplishment, because you feel that not just on the defensive side, but as a full team. There's a lot of pride that goes into shutting out an opponent. And how about that 0 on the scoreboard for them, going along with those zeros in the time column, too.
So for Cincinnati, that early momentum continues here as they move to 4-0. And they will head home next week to take on the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, the defeat is their first of the year as they drop to 3-1. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Nashville. So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we sign off from Jacksonville.